I'm Jordan Rayner, and this is the Word Before Work. Today we're reading from Luke 10:38 through 42. Here's what it says. As Jesus and his disciples were on their way, he came to a village where a woman named Martha opened her home to him. She had a sister called Mary, who sat at the Lord's feet listening to what he said. But Martha was distracted by all the preparations that had to be made. She came to him and asked, "Lord, don't you care that my sister has left me to do the work by myself? Tell her to help me." "Martha, Martha," the Lord answered, "you are worried and upset about many things, but few things are needed, or indeed only one. Mary has chosen what is better, and it will not be taken away from her." In the first devotional in this series, I argued that in order to best glorify God and love others through our work, we should pursue becoming a master of one rather than drifting through life becoming a master of none. Now, to do this, we must get clarity on the work God has created us to do and the courage to say no to virtually everything else. I don't think anybody understood this better than Jesus Christ himself, who displayed a remarkable awareness in the Gospels of the natural limits that time and attention place on our ability to fulfill our life's calling, or what Jesus referred to as the work the Father gave him to do. See John 17, verse 4. In Luke 9, verse 51, we are told, quote, "As the time approached for him to be taken up to heaven, Jesus resolutely set out for Jerusalem," end quote. The picture here isn't of Jesus scattering himself across a bunch of different activities. Jesus was laser focused on his one thing, preaching the good news of redemption in word and ultimate deed. In today's passage, we're told that as Jesus was on the way to fulfilling that mission, he stopped by the home of Mary and Martha and taught a lesson on focus that they and we so desperately need. In the scene, we find Martha, who's distracted by a bunch of different things, while Mary was focused on just one thing. Jesus' response? Few things are needed, indeed only one. Commenting on this passage, Pastor Tim Keller hit the nail on the head. He said, quote, "Mary decided what was important, and she did not let the day-to-day get her away from that. As a result, she was drawn into a greatness we don't even dream of. Because we are more like Martha than Mary, we are sinking in a sea of mediocrity," end quote. The world is constantly pressuring us to be more like Martha than Mary, convincing us that the path to happiness and impact is the path of more jobs, more commitments, more money, etc. But here, Jesus offers us a better, a simpler, a saner path. He offers us the path of less, but better. In a world full of Marthas, let us allow Jesus' words to permeate every aspect of our lives, especially our work. Instead of scattering our gifts and our energy in a million different directions, let us seek the one vocational thing we believe God has given us to do, and then master that work for His glory and the good of others. How do we even begin to find our one thing? That's the question we'll turn to in the next devotional. Today's devotional only scratches the surface of how God's Word connects to our work. If you want to go deeper, sign up for my free 20-day devotional called The Word Before Work Foundations at twbwfoundations.com. These email devotionals are designed to help you gain a rich understanding of the biblical narrative of work, how exactly your work matters for eternity, and how those truths influence how we should work today. Sign up for free right now at twbwfoundations.com.